to Victor Chief Gaming, and I know it's a bit of a different intro than normal, but I feel like I need to quickly explain something. So we record these episodes in batches, like big 2.5 to 3.5 hour batches, and if a technical issue occurs, it'll go all the way through. We always try to prepare for everything, but sometimes things go wrong, and in the case of these Puyo Puyo Tetris episodes, something did go wrong. So I break them up into 3 tracks, basically. I have my own track, I have the game's audio, and I have Kathlynn's track. My track and the game audio, perfect. No problems whatsoever. Kathlyn's one, though, for whatever reason, she sounded like a chipmunk. You couldn't make out what she was saying. I brought it down to 1/5 speed. You could kind of hear what she's saying, but for some reason, it seemed to be like, every half second was missing. It was just an absolute mess, and so we were trying to figure out what to do. And in the end, what we settled on, despite, all of our efforts, some of her voice does manage to get into my microphone. I did a bit of a cycle of bringing up my audio track many, many times so that you could actually hear her. I set it up as the 3rd track, and I tried to cut out all the bits where I speak because it was ungodly loud. So you can hear what she's saying. It sounds really rough. It's not good quality, but it was either that or leave her out. And there's some really funny moments with her. So that's why I wanted to try to leave it in. You will have to bear with it for the next bunch of Puyo Puyo Tetris episodes. But for the meantime, please sit down, enjoy our little banter. So here's a question, actually, because again, I only know of Dead or Alive through seeing the Game Grumps play the Extreme 2 or whatever, and you talk about the Extreme games a lot. So I only really know about the female cast members. There's male cast members, I presume.
Oh yeah, there is. But when I played Dead or Alive games, I never really played as the male cast members. Only in story mode when you have.
Are they not popular?
I just prefer the girls in Dead or Alive.
So you don't know what other people think?
No, I think the girls move faster as well, because there's more, because a lot of the guys are kind of, not all the guys, but a lot of the guys are kind of more muscly, so they do move slower. And all the girls are quite slender, so they move faster, and I prefer, as you know me, I prefer that. I prefer when my character moves faster.
Yeah, I get that.
There is some guys that are on the slender side that do move fast. I just prefer the girls. I know me.
And they've never made an otome. Is otome the correct word?
I think about the girl that's the heaviest to move is the one that's a tengu.
Oh, a tengu.
And I think it's because she has wings and stuff as well.
Hang on. So there might be some people watching who don't know what a tengu is. So you start this. I want to explain quickly what a tengu is. So a tengu is a type of Japanese, for lack of a better term, demon. I guess yokai is the more correct term. And there's 2 types of tengu. So you have one tengu, which is basically just like a crow person.
She's crow wings, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you have these other tengu who have these red faces and very long noses.
She's like a blackbird. Remember that manga that I read here?
Oh yeah, he's a tengu, right?
He's a tengu, yeah. She ends up marrying a tengu.
Oh wait, what about do they have the guys with the long noses at any point?
No, just hot tengus. It is a
hot tengus.
It is a romance manga.
I think I read the first 2 volumes of that, and I just found it a bit too.
All of Blackbird. I really liked it at the time, but now I think that it was. When you think about it, kind of questionable, I guess.
I was about to say the conduct in that was the big issue I had with it. It seemed very sexually assertive, I guess is a generous way of putting it.
Yeah, oh yeah, they had sex a lot in that manga, but you don't see any of it.
Yeah, it's not a hentai.
It's implied.
Although I bet there's some doujinshi out there, maybe.
No, they didn't have sex right away, actually thinking about it, because it was the risk of her dying, I think. It was complicated.
Not bad. Wait, the risk of her dying?
If there was a thing, no, it was the fact that if she got pregnant, the last person, because she's supposed to be this person that's born every like hundreds of years that tastes really good to demons, and if they eat her it can like give them loads of power, but if they marry her apparently it could make their clan prosper. And the whole point was that what makes their clan prosper is she can, if you have a baby with her, it is like the baby would be very powerful. But then they find out through past document from another clan whose person that they befriend, she befriends another guy from another clan who wants to marry, he's probably wanting to marry her, but he did fall for her, but he let her be with the other guy, but he didn't want to, he gave them the information that their clan had from when in the past their ancestor married the one and had a baby, and the baby basically ripped her stomach open like being born.
Whoa. That's quite an image.
Oh yeah, it was like, so he then refused to like
impregnate
her, which is like a big thing. The whole point was the clan was he was supposed to marry her and like
have an heir.
But he was actually in love with her since he met her when they were both children or something, and he fell in love with her. It's explained in the manga that actually they were childhood friends for one summer, and
oh, they bring in this childhood friend stuff.
only for one summer that they met, and she vaguely remembers him, and he was basically, so he wasn't supposed to be the heir, his like older brother was, and he basically went back to like his clan and basically fought his older brother, got better than his older brother, so he'd be selected as like the clan leader so he could marry her, because he knew the brother would just not be okay with hurting her and stuff. But yeah, it is a romance manga, everyone. But obviously they come through that and they figure out how to help her be safe and stuff, and how to like save her if like
how to have safe sex.
so they do have a child.
I know, it's just funny because it's just a different meaning.
It's not safe sex, this like, yeah, but like they do have like a child in it, so they did like figure it out. Like I don't want to say.
Well, thank goodness for them.
Yeah, don't say too much about it.
I vaguely remember how he did it.
Yeah, well, don't say too much, just because some people might not.
Yeah. Looking back, my friends called it the Or manga, kind of, because she was a minor, and he went back and he became her neighbor, but he also became the teacher in her school as well. So she was essentially dating them. They didn't do any of the saucy stuff until they were married. I will admit that, but they were like dating, when secretly.
Interesting.
He was the teacher technically.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's.
Do you not remember? You already read like. Don't you remember? He was like the teacher like that first volume.
It's been so many years, and I wasn't a big fan of it myself.
That's right. My friends always called it the Or manga.
I just found it a bit too sexually.
Oh, it was very like everyone did think it was quite sexual for like a romance manga for teens. It was very sexual, which was kind of funny.
Now I guess it's kind of ironic now that I consider it quite, sexually or.
Yes, especially because
of what I'm covering.
Yes. Hypocrite Helen.
Hypocrite. Funny. But yeah, because like for instance, I've told you about that game Dead Days, didn't I?
Yes.
And that game is quite extreme in many ways. For instance, it has one of your favorite topics in it, eye penetration.
Yeah.
But you were tickled when I told you that it was done by a yandere.
Yes, but like still.
Yeah, well, it wasn't pleasant to watch, particularly when it started talking about the fact it was touching her brain.
Yeah, that is not so pleasant.
That is not pleasant, no. That is correct. I would 100% agree with you. That was not a fun experience, I will emphasize. Yeah, there was a lot of that in the show. in the game.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do!
There's a lot of that in the game as well.
Somehow.
Sorry, I was too tickled by my own joke. But yeah, that was an interesting experience, that one. But the thing is, I still don't like, sexual aggression.
That's fair.
Like, that's one of the reasons. Hey.
I won that, so yay.
Oh my god. Do you see the points?
Yeah, they did a lot of points. And I had way less, and I still won.
So,
I got 2 stars there, 1.
1. Okay, I'll wait until this is done and then I'll ask you a question, okay? Is that intentionally a heart, or is that just a tongue that happens to look like that?
That's tongue that draws. That like it is done intentionally to look like a heart, but it is a tongue. I've seen it before in some kind of cute stuff.
Interesting.
Mayhem? That doesn't sound so good. Who brought you here? A girl with curly pink hair.
Oh, that character. I wonder what you think of her, actually.
Is she like a troublemaker?
Those descriptions sound
A little bit.
familiar. Hey, shouldn't you be
I feel like you're drawn to pink-haired characters, though.
Yeah, I do like pink hair characters.
Like, a lot of your favorites seem to be pink-haired.
Not at all. Like Nina Apple's my favorite Sailor Moon, and she's blonde.
I was about to ask who has pink hair, but I think there's only... Yeah, I was about to say there's only one person who...
Yeah, did you has pink hair? Oh.
Ironically, she
Ichigo and Tokimura wasn't my favorite. It's Mint.
That sounds like a bad idea.
is that Mint's hair
Blue.
blue? I was about to say based on the name.
Mint blue. She was pink. Who else? In Mermaid Melody, Lucia was my favorite, and she was the pink mermaid, but her clothes were pink. Her hair was blonde.
Was there a pink-haired one there?
No, Lucia was the pink character, but her hair was blonde.
So
So, funny enough though, everyone else's hair colour was their colour. So when I think about it, I don't always pick the pink when it comes to like match belts and stuff, when I think about it.
yeah, well, I was talking about more general characters. I guess I was mainly thinking of Sarah from
Final Fantasy
yeah.
13. Well, the other one's like Riku's my favourite in 10, not Yuna. And Yuna would be considered the more pink character of the two. Yeah, taking Yuna more purple.
I was about well, first off purple clothing. But her hair isn't
Yeah, but if you were saying and then was like,
based on clothing.
oh yeah, they were thinking about clothing and everything. I don't know.
Move on to the next one, by the way.
What's the next one?
I'm trying to remember, like, so in other Final Fantasy games, characters with pink hair. You've never played Final Fantasy V, have you?
Ooh. No.
Because Final Fantasy V has a pink-haired character.
Is it? Oh, do I know of her?
I could bring up a picture and you could tell me. So I mean, keep in mind that this was like from 1991, maybe?
Timer!
You are, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was battling someone.
Well, you thought you were battling someone?
Yeah, oh,
There was no cutscene, remember?
oh. What was the target then?
5,000 points.
Oh, four, target's 500 points.
Wait, what?
Wait, what is the target says?
If you add 544 to 4,456,
Oh, oops, I was like, it's totally wrong. I didn't even notice there was a timer until like just there.
so I mean these are the main characters of Final Fantasy V, and you can see the middle one
Oh, okay.
is pink. But you've never played that, have you?
No.
Are there any other pink-haired Final Fantasy characters? I'm actually curious now, I'm just thinking. Pink-haired Final Fantasy characters. I'm just curious.
Sarah Farron.
Obviously Lightning was the first one who came up.
Lightning and Sarah Farron. Because they're sisters.
Vanille, kinda.
Neil? I guess.
That's all Lightning and Sarah, with a little bit of Vanille sprinkled in. Like, that was a character from Final Fantasy V who had pink hair, so I'm just wondering why these other ones aren't popping up. Oh god. Okay, so I just saw a forum thread. Someone going, why are there 3 girls with pink hair in this game? Final Fantasy 13.
Who's the third?
I guess you'd have Lightning, Sarah, and Vanille, right?
Oh, Neil. I thought that thing was more orange coloured though.
Orange?
orange.
Slightly more of an orange pink to it. Personally.
It's a little redder, I would say.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say
But it's still pink overall, though.
a pink tinge.
I'd say, yeah, okay. I always interpreted her hair as being pink, but it is like slightly like more vibrant looking compared to the others, whereas they're more subdued. Okay, so we have a list of pink-haired characters according to this. So I had to giggle because I saw Courage the Cowardly Dog listed.
Yeah.
I guess technically, yeah, he does technically have pink hair, doesn't he?
He's pink fur.
What's the difference between hair and fur again?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up actually. Why was the first in the... I was putting in difference between ha, like H-A, and the top thing that came up was hash and weed. I was like, why is that the top result?
Not telling me something about yourself or what?
I'm a druggie. Nah, I'm not really. Not really, folks. Okay, difference between hair and fur.
Okay. I did it anyway.
So here they're saying that hair is longer and finer, whereas fur is thicker and shorter. And also fur has a shorter growth period, whereas hair has a longer.
Another trial, okay.
I wonder why they put them back to back.
Target 10,000.
Oh, this is Big Bang. Okay, this is a bit different. Hang on. I might need to explain this to you, actually, once you're done a round of it, if you haven't gotten it. Sorry, folks, for being quiet, but I'm just bringing up another pink-haired Final Fantasy character that I'd forgotten about.
What's a Big Bang?
What's a Big Bang? The Big Bang was what made the universe.
I meant this.
Yeah, you're probably wondering how this actually works, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to explain to you how this works once this is done. So, Big Bang is a game mode. I forgot that they actually have Big Bang as part of the main campaign. The goal is you get one pop per board, that's it. And you've got to pop them in the most efficient way so that all of them pop at once.
Oh.
It's meant to be like a celebration of the whole popping aspect of it.
I want to see the... Oh!
Keep going.
Oh my god, no! Oh, I fucked up.
No, that's correct. See? You got nearly 27k. Only 1 point. 1 star.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh well.
In the very first Final Fantasy, the princess has pink hair. Princess Sarah.
Okay, there's another... Oh, I think we've seen her, yeah. She's in Winter Final Fantasy as well.
Yeah, well, that's where that image comes from.
That's how I recognized it.
Did you ever finish that game?
No, I still have it. Like, I know I gave up. I still have it. I have to go back to it. I will.
But, there was something that crossed my mind there that I wanted to talk to you about since we're on that topic. Oh, I forgot that she's got, like, some kind of... It's like she was always crying out for her father.
That's the same little girl, right? I didn't know she had a softer side to her.
She's basically a glass cannon.
Let's try not to stare. Don't make direct eye contact.
Shoot, what was I going to talk about? I had something in my head there I was going to talk to you about, and then I've completely forgotten.
You handle this one, T.
Hey, S. Captain's here to rescue you.
Huh? Well, you're late. Where the heck were you?
I know. Want to play with some squishy Puyos? It might calm you down. That's the spirit. You ready?
You're the worst captain in the universe!
She's a spoiled brat, that one.
That's what I'm playing through it. Oh, I'm surprised he was all about Tetris.
Yeah, well, now they're having to play a little bit differently now. So, oh god, what was I gonna talk about? I had something in my head of like, oh, I have a conversation topic, and it just completely went out of my head. This is really bad. I'm focusing too much on that. I need to just be more natural and just like let the conversation flow. Oh, but I actually remember now what it was. So we brought up rodents a while ago. Do you remember?
Which one? Oh yeah.
So, rodents. What do you think they're most closely related to?
Mammals?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Wait, what did you just say?
Mammals? I'm not sure.
They are mammals.
Ah, yes.
So that, I mean, they can be most closely related to something if they are it.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
So their most closest relatives is lagomorphs, as in like rabbits, hares, pikas.
That's interesting.
Makes sense. But then, I think that group of rodents and lagomorphs is called gleries. Do you know what the closest relatives to gleries is? Probably not. That was more of a rhetorical question. So, the closest relative is actually it's basically a group that contains a bunch of smaller animals and then kind of one big group. So, you have what's called a tree shrew at the top. Probably don't know what that is, right?
No.
You also have what's called a colugo. You probably don't know what that is, right?
No.
But then you have primates. As in, like us.
Yes, we're primates.
We're primates. So in the grand scheme of things, we're not that far off of rodents.
That's interesting.
Yeah, what do you think of that? The fact that,
I don't want to be related to rodents.
well, we kind of are. We're more closely related to a rodent than we are to, like, a cat.
We're not really closely related to a cat.
Well, what about capybaras? They're rodents.
I do like capybaras. Capybaras.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute rodent species. There's hamsters,
Okay, yeah.
gerbil,
I keep forgetting hamsters are also rodents.
guinea pigs.
Now, actually, my friends have. I told you this before when I was a kid. My friend, her and her sisters got pet hamsters.
Oh, yeah?
So their parents went to the pet store, and actually at the time, were hamsters popular at the time? I'm not actually sure.
I had hamsters when I was young. So.
Because when they went to the store, their parents, there was only 2 males and 1 female left. And Joe hamsters can be lonely, so the parents were planning to get the girls, her and sisters, 2 hamsters. And they were like, oh, and the parents were kind of thinking, oh, maybe we can just get a boy and a girl, because, you know, they were parents think if they didn't have kids, they could just sell them, because their parents were like that too.
I wonder, is this where we're going where I think it's going, but go on. Does this have a grim ending, out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Okay, it might be going where I'm thinking it's going. Go on.
They brought the hamsters home, the female killed the male hamster.
Oh.
Apparently, she favored the other male hamster.
Okay, that was a bit different.
Where did you think it was going?
So there's stories of hamsters eating their own children.
Oh, no. Actually, in fairness, she never had any of the children that she had.
Wow. But she killed that first.
Yeah, so she killed the first one, so the parents went back to the pet store and were like, she killed him. And the pet store was like, oh yeah, she probably prefers the other male. And so they actually let them take the other male because obviously she killed.
That's pretty dramatic, though.
Actually, within like days of them getting the hamsters, she literally killed the male in anger of him not being the male she favored. Girl was a drama queen.
I was about to say, could you imagine if that happened in real life?
She was like, how dare you not be my ideal mate that I wanted?
I'm gonna murder you as punishment.
Basically did. So they brought back the other one and they were slightly worried, thinking, God, would she kill this one too? No. Those 2 hamsters lived happily until they both died.
Wow.
She never once went to kill the other hamster.
And she never showed any remorse for her crime.
No, she did not care. She was a cold-hearted bitch. She had the love that she actually wanted in the house.
Could you imagine if they did that in a Disney movie?
Yeah, no, like literally, I still remember.
Like, someone, I don't know, kidnaps the princess or whatever. And she's so distressed at the fact that she's not with her true love that she just murders the people, like, right by her.
Yeah. But like basically though, I will say that one of the babies that they had was actually an albino hamster.
Ooh.
They actually didn't sell that one. They actually gave that one to their cousin.
I don't want this to sound insulting, Caitlin, but looking at the points, I'm kind of amazed you won.
I know.
She had, like, about 5 times your score.
Well, that's because I discovered before the points don't matter. It's
Well, yeah, points don't matter ultimately, but they usually are indicators of, like, you know, how effectively you're doing chains and stuff.
yeah. I think Tetris is endurance, but yeah. So the albino hamster they gave to their cousins, like their aunt and their cousins, and they can still see it. It was a beautiful hamster.
Ooh, nice.
It was so cute. I always remember seeing it. It was just she only ever had one albino hamster baby, and the rest of them weren't albinos. It was just that.
And did they not, like, try to breed more?
They did breed. They just breed. It was one of she had. When they stopped breeding her eventually because they only breed a certain amount of times before it's bad for them. You know, like you can't.
Oh, no, but I meant the albino one.
I don't know. They gave it to the aunt, so I don't know if the aunt ever.
Because surely the albino ones are more valuable, right?
Yeah, they didn't sell it though. They wanted to keep it in the family because it was so beautiful.
Because, like, you know, like, albino,
They were afraid eventually would they like attack it if they kept it because they didn't want to have 3 hamsters fully in case the other 2 got territorial.
yeah. Actually, have you ever seen a lemming, out of curiosity?
I think I see pictures of it.
Have you ever seen them, like, you know, trying to intimidate you?
No. I'm guessing it looks adorable.
Kinda, I guess. Basically, despite the fact that they're small little rodents, they will scream at you like crazy in order to... oh, I completely forgot.
Do you have a problem with Papa?
Oh, completely forgot, sorry.
Sounds completely
We've been talking, so you might not have processed what it is. So she's revealed who her father is, or who she claims her father to be.
Who?
The robot.
Oh, no, so she's a robot.
No, she's not a robot.
Her father is a robot?
She calls him Papa.
Okay. So what, he adopted them?
I have no idea, I can't remember actually. But that's part of her gimmick.
11 in 2 minutes.
Oh, Tiny Trial. Is this the one I'm thinking of?